Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to my subscriber lesson about IELTS exam. Hello, British. Thanks for the subscription. So it's Wednesday morning here in the UK, and our local time is 6:30 a.m. And I'm with another subscriber lesson. British, let me know if you're free to join. So this session is mainly for those people who like to develop their speaking and writing quality in IELTS exam, and also who have the target to get good score as well as required scores. Please bear in mind that whatever we learn from here, this an hour time is not enough. You need to practice at home. You need to practice by yourself. You need self-practice. Self-development is one of the major important features which will help you grow more.
Enough.
So, dear viewers and also subscribers of this lesson, if you're still here, please do let I can bring you and talk. Okay. So, IELTS exam and speaking section, there are 4 major features which are assessed for your marking. Number 1, fluency and coherence, 25%. Percent, 25%. Then lexical resources, another 25%. Lexical resources,
Resourceful.
then grammatical range and accuracy, another 25%. Pronunciation, 25%.
Pronunciation.
So pronunciation, another 25%. Okay. Hi, Divyanshu, welcome. Thanks for the subscription. If you have time, you can join Brijesh and Divyanshu. I've just invited both of you. Hello, welcome.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
Nothing.
Sorry? Can you hear me, Divyanshu?
Yeah, I'm a beginner.
You're a beginner. All right. Where are you from?
I'm from India.
Right, welcome. And what do you do?
Uh, I'm student in 10th standard.
Okay, that's very good. And why are you learning English?
Just for uh, knowledge.
Mhm. Okay, and how long have you been learning English?
Uh, uh, I'm learning English from uh, in March.
This March or last year March?
First date of March.
Which year? This year or last year?
This year.
Okay, so
I tried to speak English uh, last year too, but I could not do it. I stopped my journey to speaking.
okay,
Then I again start.
all right. So you tried to learn English last year, started from the 1st of March of this year, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I've written a sentence. Can you see the sentence in the comment section?
Yeah. I have been learning English since 1st March 2022.
Very good. So, uh, is your name Divya or Divyanshu?
Divyansu.
So, Divyanshu, when we learn something for a short time or a long time, we use this pattern. Have been. I have been. So
It's present perfect continuous.
that's right. Very good. You have good knowledge about grammar, it looks like to me. It's present perfect, continuous, or we call sometimes progressive as well. So I've been learning English since 1st March 2022. Okay, and sometimes we use for as well. We use for when it's the total duration of time, like for 3 days, 2 hours, 2 months, 2 years. Okay,
Yes.
we have got specifier. Welcome. I've invited you. Good morning, specifier.
Thank you, sir. Good morning.
You're very welcome. Specifier, I made my new subscriber Divyangshi from India.
Hi, Divyanshu.
I specifier.
Yes, that's right. Pacifier.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So, specifier, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Okay, so I'm from Bangladesh and I have completed my bachelor's in pharmacy in 2017. Then I worked as a pharmacist for a few years in the pharmaceutical industry.
Mm-hmm.
I took my IELTS exam in the year 2021. Didn't do so well in writing and speaking section. That's why I'm trying to improve it. That's all.
Okay. Thanks, specify. Remember that when you're introducing yourself, you must tell your name. Okay.
Okay.
And this
My name is Sohel.
okay. So in the IELTS exam, in the task one, I'm sure, and speaking part, this is one of the common questions. Sometimes they ask this question, hey, introduce yourself, or what's your name? Okay.
Yes, that's right.
Speaking task one.
Okay.
All right. So Sohel Shariar, yeah, your name?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, if I ask you the same question, I just assume that it's a speaking task one and I'm the examiner. So what's your name?
My name is Sohel Shahriar.
Okay. Remember, there is a catch of this answer. The catch is that if you got first name and second name, you must mention it clearly. Okay. And like
Okay.
you can say, my first name is Sohel and my last name is Shahriar. But you can also add
Okay.
my family members or my friends call me if you've got shorter name like Sohail or Shahriar. And sometimes many people have got their nicknames, and you can also add that. My full name
Okay.
is this, but my nickname, for example, say ABCD, whatever. So nicknames are
Okay.
given by the family members sometimes, like grandfather, grandmother, dad, or mom.
Yes, that's right.
So you can always add that. All right. Divyanshi is a student of
So
class.
my full answer would be like,
Uh-huh. Go on.
so my full answer would be, actual answer would be like, okay, my first name is MD Sohel Shahriar and my last name is Alam. But my family members call me Raju.
Right.
Okay. Can I say in that way?
Certainly, yeah.
Okay.
You can always say that way. Okay. And
Okay.
also, it is important for you being an IELTS candidate to follow the question pattern. In IELTS exam, I'm sure you said for one time, in every question there is a question
Yes.
pattern, and you need to follow it and answer it accordingly. So what is a question pattern? So every question has a grammatical rule and structure. Remember, that's very important.
Mm-hmm.
So the next question, I'm going to ask both of you, Divyanshu and uh, Pacifier. How are you doing today?
Okay.
Pacifier, you answer first.
Okay. Thanks for your question. I have been great today.
Okay. Divyanshu, how are you doing today?
Uh, I'm
Hmm. How are you doing today means simply how are you, okay?
I'm pretty good.
Thank you very much. Both of your answers are correct. There is nothing wrong. But did you see there is a grammar pattern? How are you doing today? There is a ing form with the verb. So if you ever
Yes.
find this question in IELTS exam, please remember to
Okay.
say the answer in the verb with ing. I'm doing well, or I've been well.
Okay.
Okay, Divyanshu, it's also for you. I'm doing pretty good. That is the question pattern.
Okay.
You got it now, Sahel?
Yes, sir. I got it.
Thank you very much. And as you might be aware, in task one,
So should I add something else with this answer? Like
mhm,
I'm doing great, or I've been having a great day. But is it enough to end this answer with just a single sentence?
yeah, in this case, that's fine because the question is a closed question. You know, the
Okay.
closed question and open question. Closed
Mm-hmm.
questions are those when the
Mm-hmm.
answer is just yes, no with one sentence. But open questions are those where you have
Okay.
the chance to add, okay, little bit more description or elaboration.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
Yeah.
Divyanshu, if you have got any question when I'm speaking, you can always stop me and ask me. Okay, Divyanshu?
Yes, sir.
If you have any questions, always stop me and ask me, like, excuse me, I've got a question or I need to ask you something. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me briefly explain to Sohail. I'm sure he knows already the four components that are assessed in the IELTS exam in speaking task: fluency and coherence, 25%; lexical resources, 25%; grammatical range and accuracy, 25%; pronunciation, 25%. Remember that there is no mark having any accent or not. And I or any IELTS tutor never will suggest you to develop any accent, but I will obviously suggest you to develop your good pronunciation technique. And as you might be aware that English language is not a phonetic language, which means it shouldn't be pronounced the way it is written. It has got some rules, some strategies, some guidelines. And those guidelines are we called IPA. I'm sure you may have heard it, yes, Sohail. IPA stands for Internet.
In- International Phonetic International Phonetic Alphabet.
That's right, for the phonetics alphabet. And so basically, there are two types of IPA. One is the British English, British IPA. Another one is the American English, American IPA. There is no IPA for Canadian English, New Zealand English, Australian English, or South African English. So when we
Okay.
always learn or consider or compare, we compare both of them together so that we know which one is British and which one is not British or is American, more specifically. Being an IELTS candidate
Okay.
and also English learner, first you like to know how do you understand it is a British pronunciation or how do you understand it is an American pronunciation. Okay, I'll give you a brief idea in next couple of minutes. Number one, As you might be aware, in English language, how many letters are there in English alphabet? Divyanshu?
Sir, I don't know.
Okay, like A, B, C, D, all
26.
26 letters are there. Yeah, that's right. 26 letters, and there are some, vowels, right? How many vowels are there?
Yes. 5
5.
vowels.
How many consonants are there?
21.
21. Okay, but when we learn IPA, there are 20 vowel sounds and 24 consonant sounds, and altogether 44
Okay.
main sounds, and these sounds are the part of IPA. And honestly speaking, so well and Divyanshu, IPA or phonetics is the hardest part of English learning. Even natives do not know all the rules unless the person is trained or educated. Okay, they
Mm-hmm.
learn it naturally, but if you ask them this question, they wouldn't be able to answer. Even some cases, grammar as well. They don't have to learn grammar
Yes.
because it's their mother tongue. The way Divanshu mother tongue. Divanshu, what's your mother tongue? Is it Hindi?
My mother tongue is Hindi.
Do you speak any other language? Any other Indian language like Bhojpuri or
Uh, I
Sanskrit?
can speak Chhattisgarhi.
Chhattisgarhi. Okay.
Yeah.
So in Chhattisgarh, how do you say how are you?
Uh, mm, ते कैसे हंस?
Hmm, it has got a little bit similar with Hindi. Okay. So my question is to Sohail. Sohail, do you know any language other than English?
Mm, I know little bit of Hindi, Urdu, but I don't know it fluently.
How about Bengali?
Bengali is my mother tongue.
Okay, so you know English and little Hindi and Urdu. That's great. Okay, let's move on quickly. So letter T, I'm writing, and letter R. In British English and American English, the most prominent distinction sounds are these two letters, letter T and letter R. And
Mm-hmm.
letter T is always strong in British English. And whereas in American English, letter T in some cases sounds like D. We call it flap T. And letter R,
Okay.
in most of the cases in British English, it is not pronounced at all. It is replaced by vowel sounds, A or O. Okay. But in American English,
Okay.
letter R must be pronounced. That's why they have a special sound. We call it rhotic sound.
Okay.
I'm writing it, yeah. Rhotic sound means R. That's why American English is called rhotic English, whereas British English is called non-rhotic English or non-rhotic
Okay.
sound. Okay, there are some basic rules. We'll go to the rules another day. I'm explaining briefly. If the letter R is at the end of a word
Mm-hmm.
or third letter of a spelling or
Mm-hmm.
fourth, we have to pronounce letter R. I mean to say we don't have to pronounce in British English letter R, okay? So it is always replaced by vowel sound.
Okay.
But in American English, you have to pronounce it. For example, basic examples are like water, yeah?
Yes.
Okay? Then your subject, pharmacy, There is no R sound.
Pharmacy.
Yeah, British English,
Yes.
there is no R sound. Pharmacy, water, sister,
Pharmacy. What? Water.
sister,
Okay.
mother, father,
Sister.
brother. Lots of Harry Potter doesn't need water, for example. Okay, so no R sound in British English. But whereas if you are following the American pronunciations, the pharmacy, water, sister.
Was they pronounce T like D,
Yeah, we call
or
it
you
flap T.
said it like
Yeah,
flap T.
we call it flap T. And when do you say that?
Okay.
When the R is in between two vowel sounds. Okay. In that case,
Okay.
the
Okay.
T becomes flap T in American English. So this
Mm-hmm.
word like identity, American will say identity, da, all of the
Identity.
D. Yeah, identity, for example. Okay. The next one is many vowel sounds.
But in British,
Mm-hmm. Go on.
excuse me, sir. But in British pronunciation, it's identity.
It's identity. That's right. And the next
Okay.
difference is many sounds are or vowel sounds are
Yes.
different in British and American English. That's actually the essence of all this. I'm giving you briefly. For example, this word, it came from all, A-double-L, and American English they said
Okay.
all. Okay, that's why when we say call, they said call. We said ball, they said ball. Okay,
Okay.
this is another distinct sound. And there are many other sounds. Okay, I'm just giving you some basic idea how you'll be able to understand. So if you are listening to any
Okay.
movie or speaker English, just try to listen if there is R sound or not, whether R is a
Okay.
stress sound or not. Okay, or letter T, then you'll be able to understand. Okay, that guy is really following British IPA or the American IPA. Clear, Divyanshu and Pacifier?
Yes, sir. Just for an example, like the slide you are showing,
Mm-hmm.
there's a word criteria. So in American pronunciation, it would be criteria.
Criterion, this is
Okay.
singular. Remember, criteria is plural.
Okay. So in American pronunciation, it would be the T would be flap T, right?
Let us listen. Okay, and
Okay.
British IPA
Criterion.
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 Okay.
Okay, and American
Criterion.
here it is not flap T.
Criterion.
Similar almost.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But that stress is in different way. Look at the stress. Criterion.
Criterion.
Okay, that's stressing on T. Criterion.
Criterion.
And here they're stressing on R. American IPA. That's why
Okay.
phonetics is very difficult and it should be coming at the end of English learning. But as you go through, you learn basic, phonetics as well. Divyansh, if
Okay.
you have got any question, please always ask me. I think we lost him. Okay, so Hal, as you might be aware, these 4 features for speaking task mark, and that's very important for you to know. Okay.
Okay.
All right. If you've got any question, please always stop me and ask me.
Okay.
And now in British English, why we have to pronounce R? That's a very challenging question. If the word
Okay.
starts with letter R, we must pronounce the R. If the second letter
Okay.
of the spelling is R, we must pronounce R. Okay, have not no, you have no question, this guy. I just hopped off. I'm going to invite you because we are here to learn and develop our speaking. So, in order to develop our speaking, we need few things. Number one, we need to know lexical resources, which is vocabulary and synonyms, antonyms, phrasal verbs, group verbs, phrases, and idioms, and some cases, some expressions or dialects which can be used in speaking. Remember that idioms can be used and local dialects can be used only in speaking, and we are not allowed to write those in English writing. For example, you say very often, "Hey,
Oh,
oh,
okay.
I'm over the moon." Okay, you can't write it when you're writing.
Okay.
You have to write simply, "I'm happy,
Well, I'll have to write. I'm elated.
I'm elated." Yeah, okay. So that's very
Okay.
important. Now, next part is that um, how to develop your fluency. This is the very challenging question. And what do you understand by fluency? So, fluency is the way you talk, okay? Not too fast, not too slow,
Okay.
and always about the topic. Remember that when you're having conversation, on the perspective of fluency, we don't
Mm-hmm.
measure your grammatical accuracy or pronunciation. It's just the speed, whether you can talk about the topic without having any difficulties, without repetition, with a amazing flow, and also we call it go with the flow. Okay,
Okay.
so and once again, when you're talking, it doesn't matter your grammar is correct or not, because for grammar there's a different marking. For your pronunciation, different marking. And coherence means, I'm sure you know that, talk step by step and only about the topic.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so, Sharia, what was your score in IELTS exam in its speaking section?
In speaking section, I've got 6.5.
But your target is 7.
I'm targeting for 8.
If you're targeting for, remember that you must know good range of vocabs. Number one, your speaking must be
Mm-hmm.
grammatically accurate. Number two, and you must have minimum pronunciation techniques. You must have the knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So
Okay.
let's move on. Let's do the speaking task one. Some questions for you.
Okay.
Looks like Divyang is busy. I've invited him. He didn't join me. Give me one quick second. So, how much the fee, IELTS exam fee in Bangladesh?
It's like almost 17,000.
Wow, roughly £200, £150.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, and you'll be surprised to know one of my junior friends, pharmacist in the UK, sat for 13
Okay.
times IELTS exam. 13 times, 13 months.
13 times.
Yeah. In order to register
Oh
as a
my.
pharmacist in the UK, you must have 7.5 in IELTS academic, all of them. 7.5, 7.5, 7.5.
Okay.
Okay, and every time, whenever,
Actually, that's why I'm.
go on.
Yes, actually, that's why I'm targeting for 8, because in that case, I'll be a good candidate in every section.
That's right. So, what happened? He explained me his experience. He said, every time I sat for the exam, my numbers always fluctuated. Sometimes it went 8, sometimes it went 6, like one of the sections. In every section, it is always
Okay.
fluctuating. 6, 7, 7.5, 7, 7.5, 8. However, on the 13 times after 1 year and 1 month, he got 7.5. But picture it, every time he had to pay £150 and he paid around £2,000 for IELTS exam. However, it is mandatory for him to register in many healthcare sectors in the UK. You must have 7.5.
Okay.
Okay, it's not only the pharmacist. If you're talking about
Mm-hmm.
doctors, nurses, and many other 14th different kinds of healthcare professions, you need 7.5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay,
also for the teaching assistantships in some university, they set the requirement to 7.5 in speaking.
that's very good. I got 7.5 as well when I came to this country 18 years ago.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
in academic. All right. Okay, so let's move on to the task one to ask some more questions.
Okay, sir.
So most of the cases they ask this question: May I see your ID? Right? Then you give your passport, and now same question one more time. May I know your full name?
Okay. My full name is Muhammad Shahil Shahriyar Alam, and my family call me Raju,
Mm-hmm.
and also friends call me Sohel sometimes. So you can call me Sohel.
Okay. And for this, you can call me. There is another question. It's coming soon. Uh, what's your address?
Well, I'm currently staying at Dhaka, the capital city of Bangladesh.
Mhm. And how may I address you?
You can call me Sohel.
Okay. Remember that this word address. Have you noticed that there are two stress in two different words? So
Okay.
I'm writing it. Address is verb and noun. Okay. On basic
Mm-hmm.
technique to remember that there are thousands of words which may be used as a noun or as a verb depending on the stress. That's why pronunciation is very important in IELTS exam. Like, what is your address?
That's
Like, okay, when you're saying noun as address, the stress is on the first part, or we call it upper intonation to lower intonation. Address is going down address. If you have noticed,
okay.
we're stressing on and rest. So upper intonation, down it. So how many types of intonations? Sorry, I should have explained. Basically, there are three types of intonation. Upper intonation that goes up, our tone always. Down intonation, our tone
Okay.
always goes down. Another is same level intonation. We call it monotonous intonation. Yeah, which is boring sometimes or robotic.
Okay.
Let me give you an example. Like Sohail, upper intonation. Sohail, down intonation.
Yes. That's
Then Sohail, monotonous, like the robotic way. Like, my name is
monotonous.
T20, I'm from
Yes.
2032. What's your name? This is monotonous. Okay. Now,
This monotonous one.
the intonation can be up to down. That is a combination of down to upper. So this is another combination. So in case of, when the word has two syllable, like address, double syllable, okay, and address, another
Okay.
double syllable. If it is a noun, always remember it is stress on the first part of the syllable, and it is upper intonation to down intonation.
Okay. So in that case, I have to give my
So
address.
it's like,
Okay.
what's your address? My address is, remember, so I have to tell the
Yes.
full address. Like, I live in this part of Dhaka. You don't have to mention publicly the number, house number, or anything else. Like, I live this street in
Yes. Yes.
Dhaka, and that is in Bangladesh.
Mm,
Remember, in English, it is
mhm.
not Bangladesh, it is
Okay.
Bangladesh. They pronounce it Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
Very good.
Okay.
So most of the cases, this is the common rule. If there is a word, if there are words, I should say thousands of words there,
Mm-hmm.
which is noun and verb.
Mm-hmm.
For noun case, we stress on the first
Mm-hmm.
part, and the tone is upper tone to down tone, or rising tone to falling tone, like address. Clear?
Yes, there's. I
Now,
know about another word. I can remember just now. There's advocate as an adjective, and also it acts as a verb. Like
noun and verb.
when it's used as a adjective or noun, they are calling it advocate.
That's right. There are hundreds of words, honestly. So,
Yes, that's right.
okay, let me finish it. So, when it is verb, now we are stressing. And the
Mm-hmm.
second part, that is rising tone to falling tone. So, I'm writing it smaller. When address, okay?
Address.
Address
Okay.
and address.
Okay.
Look at this address.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way you said
Mm-hmm.
advocate, noun, advocate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, you have to remember this rule.
Advocate.
Noun,
Verb.
upper tone to down tone. Verb, down tone to upper tone.
Okay. Upper to down.
If you remember
Okay.
one, that
It's
will be
upper
an
to down, noun. Yes.
down to upper
Okay.
verb.
So these cases always follow the same rule. Like upper to down is noun, and down to upper is verb.
Remember, the when it is applicable when there are two syllables in a word. Okay. Now there are many words
Okay.
which is a single
Mhm.
syllable or monosyllable. For example, this one.
Close.
You have pronounced close, it is verb, but close can be noun, close can be adjective. So the difference is when we use close, like close the door, please. Okay. But he's my close friend. When you,
Close the door.
yeah, it should sound like
Okay.
that when it's verb. Okay. But when you use as a noun or an
Okay.
adjective, this S sound like S. But in close, S sounds like Z.
Oh.
Remember, Z sound and S sound. Close, close. You're
Okay.
stressing. Clear?
Okay. So when it's verb, it's close, and when it's noun or adjective,
S
we
sound.
can it's close,
Yes.
like S sound. Okay. Okay. I get it.
Okay, so these are the basic some pronunciation that very often we are making mistakes almost every day. Okay, next one is,
Mm-hmm.
let me give you another example for the, like, contract. Now, if you have to pronounce as a verb, how do you pronounce it? So, or noun,
Contract. Contract. Like down to upper as a verb,
so stress on the
and
second part.
contract. Yes. Stress on the second part would be verb. Contract.
Contract, yes,
Okay. Contract. More stress. Okay.
stress in the second part, yeah,
Contract.
very good. And noun,
Okay. Contract.
very good. Remember, if you stress on a word,
Okay.
sometimes your sound would be better than the normal one.
Yes, that's right. Most of the time I fail in the proper stressing.
So you can practice a little bit from today, as long as you are aware of the rules. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So that's clear. You'll find hundreds, thousands of words. Actually, I should say there
Mm-hmm.
are few thousand words which are noun and verb. but we use most
Okay.
of them like contract, address, advocate. Then
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember whatever. Mm, you see, when I'm giving examples, sometimes I can't remember. Anyway, these are the rules. Okay.
It's quite well.
Okay. Now the second common problem is with this sound. I explained you yesterday, if you remember, ob and
Of
off.
and off.
OF is
Yes, I
always ob.
remember.
Remember that. And when you are pronouncing ob, we slow down a little bit. Ob, like I'm the member
Oh,
of my family, a member of the cricket team. He's the member of the football match.
that's right.
Parts of speech. Okay, and turn
Mm-hmm.
off. Turn off the radio. Turn off the light.
Turn off.
Turn off. Off and off. Yeah, clear.
Yes.
As you go
Yes,
through,
sir.
we'll
It's
learn more.
clear.
Okay. Now remember, how may I address you is the verb, and what's your address is your location. All right.
Yes, that's
So,
right. Address is my location.
mhm,
Yes. Okay.
yeah, and address is your verb.
Uh,
How do you address you?
Verb.
And you know what, Sharia, I asked this question to many of IELTS candidates, and most of the times they are
Mm-hmm.
not aware of these differences.
Mm-hmm.
So, as an
I
IELTS
wasn't also.
as an IELTS candidate, we have to know the some basic things. IELTS exam is nothing but knowing English. It's not only knowing English, knowing the rubrics as well, the tips and techniques, strategies.
Yes, that's right.
That's why which will
Mm-hmm.
bring you more marks. You have got 6.5. My idea is that maybe you'll get this time at least 7.5 or more if you practice well.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so how do you practice at home? Do you record your voice in a mobile phone?
No, I actually converse with other converse with others. I don't actually record my voice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, remember that this is one of the amazing techniques. If you choose a topic, record in your mobile phone, and then you listen to it. And most of the
Okay.
cases, you'll be able to understand your own mistakes. Then you amend it from there. Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
remember that even if
Okay. I
sometimes some
guess.
pronunciations are not correct, but pronunciation has got only 25% mark.
Mm-hmm.
So don't worry about that if something goes wrong.
That's right.
My suggestion will be you pay attention to lexical resources, grammatical range and accuracy,
Mm-hmm.
wider ranges of grammar. Yeah, remember that not only one or two grammar structure
Okay.
and fluency, and
Mm-hmm.
try to give your best way to pronounce the word accurately.
Mm.
Okay, so as you know, the in task one is very common in IELTS exam, and you can answer most of the questions easily. But there is one question in task one very often some examiners ask, like the question is, why are you taking the exam?
Okay.
What would be your answer?
So are you asking me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So okay. Okay. So I'm taking this exam because it's a requirement for my application process. I'm actually applying to foreign universities, uh, and English proficiency tests are a requirement. IELTS is one of them. That's why I'm taking this exam.
Very good. Your op sound has developed. Well done, sir. And
Thank you.
process is another word. Yeah, you just said now. It's noun and verb. Process, application process, and process.
Process.
Yeah, process is noun and
Okay.
process is verb. Very good. See, you're
Okay.
applying those rules. Remember, whenever you know something, please apply it. Otherwise, you'll forget at the end of the day. Okay, very good.
Okay.
So this is task one. We don't have much time though. I'm going to give you some other techniques for for better pronunciation. All right. So
Okay.
in English, there is a sound called schwa sound. Have you heard of it before?
Yes, yesterday actually I was practicing with some of my Hello friends there, some tongue twister.
Mm-hmm.
She sells seashells by the seashore. So the schwa sound comes often.
Okay.
She, there's a schwa sound, right?
She. Hang on a second.
She, yes. SHE.
No, she is not a schwa sound. No. I'll explain it. You'll be able
Okay.
to understand. You practice S sound, sa sound, sha,
Mm-hmm.
sa.
Mm-hmm.
So schwa
Mm-hmm.
sound means the sound in English phonetics which is not pronounced at all, or lazy sound even if it is pronounced. It could be
Okay.
beginning of a sound, or it could be in the middle of a sound, or it could be at the end of a sound. Okay. So what
Okay.
happens basically if there is short sound, and I'm going to show you, and you can understand from today, and then if you can follow the rule. The word like about, yeah.
Okay.
Why they say about, not about, not are.
About.
About, yeah. It should be pronounced like that. The reason is I'm going to share the Cambridge dictionary which I follow every time. Okay.
Okay.
Remember all the WH question, W is always silent,
Mm-hmm.
like which, what, when,
Which? Yes.
except who.
When? Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Except who?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you see about?
Yes.
You see there is a
About.
reverse E at the beginning.
Oh,
This reverse is called schwa sound.
About.
okay.
British IP,
About.
American.
About.
American said about. They stress on ba,
About.
but we do not stress
Okay.
about.
About.
About. We say simply. Is the difference? I remember.
About.
About. What are you talking about?
Okay.
American. What are you talking about? British.
Okay.
About.
Okay. So if you ever see this reverse E
About.
anywhere in the sound, and you find only from the dictionary, never ever look for a word from Google Dictionary, please. My suggestion as a good English learner,
Okay.
go to the
Okay.
specific dictionary, Oxford, Cambridge, Merriam-Webster, Collins, whatever, but do not look for from the
Okay.
Google. Google is cannot, because the Google doesn't say from which dictionary they have copied.
Yes, that's right.
It's better for you if you want to develop your good sound. Always follow some specific dictionary, valid resource. Always, not through the
Okay.
Google. And even as a research student on research paper, we do not take anything from Google, YouTube, newspaper, the
Mm-hmm.
television news. We can.
It's not actually authentic.
These are
Yeah.
not authentic. That's right, because people can always change it and manipulate it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's right.
That's the reason we don't take any research reference or in text citation from those sources. Okay, now you can see these are called schwa sound.
Okay.
When you are comfortable with the schwa sound,
Mm-hmm.
it will help you learn lots of words in English language, especially in British English. More than 40% words have schwa sound. And if you know the
Oh my
techniques,
God.
how
I
to
didn't know
pronounce
that.
it, yes, in American English it could be a little bit less, but in British English, I believe it's 45 to 50% words. That's why
Okay.
when you listen to British movies, you'll find that their sounds a bit different because they follow the short sound technique, and in fact, that is connected speech. Have you heard this uh, connected speech technique? Connected speech.
No.
Okay.
No.
Connected speech techniques are those natural way to learn and develop the sound. That's why, all the natives follow the connected speech. They learn it obviously naturally. But being a non-native speaker like me
Mm-hmm.
or you, we have to practice and learn it. So there are many
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
rules. Some of the rules that when we follow the connected speech, sometimes two words come together. Okay, one letter is removed. Sometimes we bring new letter. Sometimes we bring new sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we do not pronounce at all because of the short sound.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sometimes we stress. Sometimes we do not stress. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
there's few things that call connected speech. Also, connected speech is related to you speaking articulately. That is naturally. Okay, and
Okay.
we have got 4 minutes. No worries. There are two things I can explain. If you remember, it will help a
Mm.
lot. First one is and sound. Okay. If you find this
Okay.
word and in between two words, it should be always n, not end. Okay.
Okay.
For
And
example,
just and.
fish and chips, right and wrong. Okay. Salt and pepper,
Okay.
blue and
Salt and
white,
pepper.
blue and white. Now, if the end is
Blue
at
and
the
white.
beginning of any sentence, we must pronounce it. Or after and, there is a comma. Yeah, there is a comma. We
Okay.
must pronounce it. If it is the beginning of a
Mm-hmm.
sentence, we must pronounce and as and. Like, and they lived happily ever after. Like, did you see the
Okay.
like? If
Yes.
did you see the accident? Yes, the
Mm-hmm.
car hit and look and beginning of the sentence. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Beginning of sentence.
Okay. If you find any words having ALLY, there are
Mm-hmm.
thousands of words. This A is short sound, so we do not pronounce A at all.
Okay. Like alphabetically
Very good.
or
Yes,
grammar. Okay.
grammatically. Go on. Give me some more
Grammatically.
examples. I'm writing few
Okay.
words. Yeah.
Basically,
Mm-hmm.
technically, physically.
Very good. How about this
Yes.
one?
Okay.
How about this one?
Nationally.
Very good. Nationally, internationally, technically. Well
Okay.
done. So try to remember and follow while you are writing, not writing, speaking,
Mm-hmm.
because it will help
Mm-hmm.
you developing your sound. Remember, so my suggestion would be, if you are confused about any sound, always go to a specific dictionary and listen to it, especially Oxford and Cambridge. There are two
Okay.
sounds together. You can compare.
Okay.
Okay, another important matter when you're having
Mm-hmm.
IELTS speaking task, it is expected that you do not mix both of the pronunciation techniques. In a writing, you are expected not to mix both of the
Okay.
spelling techniques.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're saying water in one case,
Okay.
and if you're saying another place water, then really it is jumbled up with, we call it amalgamated, pronunciation. Being an IELTS,
Yeah.
a candidate, you have to be careful whatever you do. If you think that American is easier, follow it. If you think that no, British is really cool, follow it. Go for it.
But you were advising to follow a single
One of them, not both of them.
way,
Yes.
one of them. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
You see, an
I
hour
have
time.
learned a lot today. Yes.
Remember, 1 hour is nothing and not enough. So I'll suggest you, because you're prepared for the exam, while I study at home, get some time. And as
Mm-hmm.
I send my email address, if you've got any written topic, especially writing
Mm-hmm.
task 1 or 2, you can always send me
Mm-hmm.
through email as a Word format, not as PDF. If you send PDF, I'll not be able to check, because I don't have the
Yes, that's right.
PDF converter to Word file. I'm sorry. So send me if you have got any
Yes.
questions, comments, always write in the chat, subscriber chat. Or if you don't want to,
Okay.
see in subscriber chat, just write personally.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you a
We are,
lot, sir.
you're very welcome. We are going to finish now. I'll see you tomorrow. And if I make public live stream, join me. Thank you.